da qualche parte tra le montagne, quando il sole cala e le ombre si allungano, i clan si ritrovano per rendere rispetto a chi è destinato a lasciare il segno nella storia. Quel giorno hanno celebrato Lamine Yamal.
The phrase once in a generation gets tossed around too often in football, but when you watch Lamine Yamal glide past defenders, dictate tempo with mature poise, and ignite the stadium with a flash of brilliance, it's not just hyperbole, it's prophecy. At just 18 years old, he's become a beacon of hope for Barcelona's present and an emblem of its future. In this video essay, we explore the meteoric rise of Lamine Yamal, reliving his early promise, dissecting his astonishing 2024-25 season, and painting a picture of what his future might look like in the pantheon of football legends. Born on July 13, 2007 in Catalonia, Spain, to a Moroccan father and an Equatorial Guinean mother, Yamal represents a blend of cultures and styles, an identity that bleeds into his unpredictable, electric football. He began his football journey at the age of 4, playing for the local club La Torreta. At 6 years old, he was scouted by Barcelona and joined their famed youth academy La Masia in 2014, and even among their conveyor belt of prodigies, he conspicuously stood out. Coaches marveled at his close control, vision beyond his years, and fearlessness on the ball. He was quickly fast-tracked, often playing with and against players a couple of years older. It wasn't just his skills that caught the eye. Yamal's understanding of space, decision-making in tight areas, and timing were La Masia distilled into one player. You could see echoes of Messi's gravity, Iniesta's subtlety, and Neymar's audacity, all wrapped in a left-footed phenom. In early September 2022, while still a member of the Juvenil A team, he was selected by Xavi to train with the first team, and even without a professional contract, Lamine impressed the coach. The 2022-23 season was punctuated by a historic moment. On April 29, 2023, Yamal debuted for Barcelona's senior team aged just 15 years and 291 days, becoming the club's youngest ever debutant and instantly generating buzz across the footballing world. Xavi saw in him a weapon, raw, yes, but irresistible. Building on his trailblazing debut, Yamal's full integration into the first team in 2023-24 was a revelation. He chalked up a string of unprecedented records, becoming the youngest player ever to score in La Liga at just 16 years and 87 days, and soon after, the youngest to start in El Clasico and provide assists in the Champions League. His tally for the season stood at 7 goals and 7 assists from 50 appearances, remarkable given his age and the context of breaking into one of football's most scrutinized clubs. But more than stats, his impact came in decisive moments, smoothly controlling the tempo, creating chances with incisive dribbling, and demonstrating a rare ability to read the game at high speed. Despite Barca's turbulent form and financial instability, Yamal offered something money couldn't buy: hope, originality, and magic rooted in the club's soul. The teenager's impact extended to the international stage during Euro 2024 when he became the youngest player ever to feature in a European Championship match. At 16 years and 338 days old, starting in Spain's 3-0 victory over Croatia. In this opening game, he wasted no time making an impact, providing an assist for Dani Carvajal with an intricate in-swinging cross. As the tournament progressed, Yamal continued to set new benchmarks, becoming the youngest player to participate in the knockout stages at 16 years and 353 days, surpassing England's Jude Bellingham, who held the record at 18 years and 4 days. Spain remained the only team to win all their group stage matches, securing victories over Italy and Albania, although Yamal was rested for part of the third game against the latter nation. In the round of 16 against Georgia, he became the youngest player to feature in the knockout phase, providing another assist. He provided yet another vital assist against Germany in the quarter-final win, and in the semi-final against France, Yamal made history by becoming the youngest player to score in a men's European Championship. His stunning long-range equalizer from approximately 25 yards out, which curled off the post and in, was a pivotal moment after France had taken an early lead. This particular goal was eventually voted as the goal of the tournament. The day before the Euro 2024 final in Berlin, Yamal celebrated his birthday. In the grand encounter against England, he became the youngest player ever to feature either in a FIFA World Cup or UEFA European Championship final at 17 years and 1 day old, surpassing Pelé's record set in 1958. Yamal assisted the first goal in Spain's 2-1 victory over the Englishmen, helping Spain secure a record-breaking 4th Euros crown, and was subsequently and fairly named the young player of the tournament. Yamal's Euro 2024 stats stood at 7 matches played with 1 goal and 4 assists, the latter being the most at a single European Championship since records began in 1980. Notably, he was the first teenager to assist multiple goals at a single European Championship since Cristiano Ronaldo had set the record 20 years prior at Euro 2004. He also impressively became the first player in history to score or assist in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and final of a single European Championship. The 2024-25 season marked the flowering of Yamal's promise into relentless excellence. No longer just a prodigy, he was now Barcelona's creative axis, consistently tasked with both scoring and unlocking opposition defenses. Across all competitions, Yamal registered a staggering 18 goals and 25 assists in 53 appearances, with these contributions not just being high volume, but often coming in fixtures of the greatest magnitude: El Clásicos, knockout ties, and title-deciding matches. In La Liga alone, he delivered 9 goals and 13 assists in 35 games, while his Champions League exploits, which yielded 5 goals and 3 assists, cemented his reputation as Europe's brightest teenager. What set Yamal apart statistically in this campaign was his blend of dribbling, creativity, and end products. He led Barca in successful dribbles per 90, big chances created, and posted the team's highest expected assists, reflecting his vision and efficiency as a playmaker. Defenders found little recourse against his blend of speed, flair, and balance as he routinely topped charts for progressive carries and shot-creating actions. With over 100 shots and more than 50 key passes in domestic play, every metric confirmed he was not just a finisher, but a constant originator of attacking danger. Yamal's coming-of-age season was studded with iconic moments. His Champions League semi-final goal against Inter was voted the best of the competition, a dazzling left-footed strike that exemplified his superlative technique and composure under the severest pressure. On these grandest occasions, he not only contributed, but often defined the result, whether by scoring, assisting, or consistently bending the game to his will. The 17-year-old's influence powered Barca's surge to a domestic treble. They clinched the La Liga, Copa del Rey, and Supercopa de España, with his fingerprints on virtually every decisive action. The club's resurgence was inseparable from his output on the pitch, scoring, creating, and inspiring teammates in moments where leadership and boldness were required from the very youngest among them. The Champions League campaign, where Barca reached the semi-finals, saw him included in the competition's team of the season. Analysts started drawing parallels to Messi, not in style per se, but in maturity, impact, and the sense of inevitability when he touched the ball. Despite his success, the wider footballing community and the player himself recognized the need for patience, hard work, and careful development. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick and even veteran Cristiano Ronaldo, among others, have warned of the dangers of early hype and the importance of continued humility and dedication to growth.
Lamine, I think it's this new generation, they have a lot of potential, but let's see if their head is clear and good and if they can deal with the pressure.
Yamal has responded with maturity, insisting he does not chase awards, but rather focuses on enjoying and impacting games, letting accolades like Ballon d'Or discussions follow naturally from his performances. His social media presence and response to criticism reinforce this resilient character. Even when under immense scrutiny, he displays a remarkable equilibrium for one so young. He does not look to emulate anyone, he looks to define his own legacy. His body language is confident but never arrogant. His performances speak louder and his growth trajectory continues to climb. The biggest threat to his rise, if any, would probably be injuries and overexposure. Barcelona must learn from past mistakes and manage his minutes both physically and emotionally. The club has already put in place a tailored training plan and strict rest schedule to preserve his longevity. If he maintains this development curve, we are looking at a Ballon d'Or winner by his early 20s. In less than 3 years, he could lead Barca back to Champions League glory while positioning himself as the face of a new football era. Lamine Yamal's story at Barcelona is one of record-breaking precociousness, technical artistry, and unfaltering determination. From the figurative classrooms of La Masia to conquering the Santiago Bernabeu and dazzling under the Champions League lights, his rise is a blueprint for modern prodigies, anchored in teamwork, humility, and creative genius. As the 2024-25 season closed, Yamal stood not only as the leading teenage footballer in the world, but as an architect of Barca's resurgence and a talisman for the next footballing era. The journey for the quote-unquote future king of football is emphatically underway, with each season promising new heights and a legacy under construction. The world is watching, waiting, and whispering as the now 18-year-old is poised to become a defining figure in the game, not as the next Lionel Messi, but the first Lamine Yamal.